Hi, welcome back to God's Golden Acres. I'm Kim, and we've actually got a lot of work done on the farm, and we're semi-caught up. I went through and got the strawberries are fairly well weeded, and we're hoping that they will then put off lots of daughter plants. These rows aren't doing as well at that, but we do have some over here. Do as I say, not as I do, and I'm walking over the rows, which is a big no-no, especially when you get big bushy rows with daughter plants. Over here, I think the best example is up here. Oh, here's a good example. So daughter plant, next daughter plant making another daughter plant. Oh no, this one got knocked over. We'll backfill you. Then, daughter plant, well-established daughter plant, daughter plant. Which ones are you watering? Those ones? All right. We've been fighting heat and deer. I've said that a million times. But if you're new to this channel, we planted this big patch here June, which is a little late, but okay. And then we got unseasonably hot and unseasonably dry. So we're in a drought. And then our area in particular, the area north of us isn't in a drought, and the area just south of us is in a drought. It's like our town is in a drought. So our creeks are fine, and water is flowing through our wells and stuff, but we're not getting good water for our berries, which here's nice big thick rows with ones we planted earlier in the year. Fairly well in this row too. You're always going to be weeding. I've got a weed over there, and you can see some big weeds over, so I have to go through this patch again. But here's a good example of all of the daughter plants, and they're just continuously making more. And this will be nice, thick, and flush in the spring, as long as we don't have a hard winter, which they're kind of predicting. So these are early glow. Over there's honey eye. Early glow is our best in this area. So these are all June bearing. That means they have one big flush in the spring. You can have alpine, which are those little bitty ones you often see growing wild in like your yard, itty bitty ones. And then you have everbearing, which is like our seascape in our kids' you can go get a berry whenever you want bed. It's the kids' free-for-all bed. It kind of got decimated by the deer, and it's coming back. And they put off less runners. But the drought killed off a runner. These runners are doing good. Let's check. Soil feels okay. I'll probably water wood good this evening rather than right now. It's a little bit close to high day. Strawberries have been our definite focus, and everything else has kind of been struggling. Here's the garden right now. We're just trying to keep it alive-ish. Let the tomatoes get some more. Get the pumpkins to come up. Finish off the sunflowers. We've got beans in there, and I'm just gonna save the beans for next year. But this is an area we haven't focused as much on because it's all annual. Out, we will then kind of till it, get it real broke up again. Then we'll lay compost on it, and then we are going to plant a cover crop and try to get this heavily seeded bed kind of figured out. They are just a rough year. for getting started. These are our pumpkins, and they have been, once again, it's just dry. It's so dry that sometimes watering feels useless. We got one little pumpkin, late for the pumpkins to really get going, but really it's been that dry and that hot that things just did not want to grow. And it's very, very unfortunate because we want these things to survive. Which, granted, I think I might have lost my peach trees I planted this year too because of how dry it's been. We did lose the cherry. We don't think they made it past the frost. But when the ground's so dry that it just either sucks up the water or everything around it becomes difficult, it's a bad time. And fall's usually better for transplanting trees anyway than the spring, but just the company went with sends them out in the spring. So you might see if we can get some others this fall and try to transplant those soon, like September, and see how they do throughout the next growing season. Well, we're gonna fill this thing up. We're gonna go water some trees and get worked on weeding again, I guess. Thanks for being with us today. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to follow along, hit subscribe. And if somebody needs encouragement about getting ahead of their weeds, I'll link below my crazy weedy strawberry patch video, and you can see both. Because sometimes it is nice to see somebody who has got through it. Bacon, did you want to say goodbye to everyone? Good pig. Are you a good pig? Yeah, you are.